Hi guys, welcome back to Final Fantasy. Today we're going to be looking at the Folklore and the Favours. Now there's two different things. The Folklores are pretty easy actually, it's just like any normal mode, but it's a 1-star high level node. So you do need quite high gathering and perception to deal with them. I'll just briefly show you where you get them, and I'll quickly show you what I mean about the high gathering at one of the ones I've already opened. If you come to Idle Shear, on the right hand side of the map from the Aetheryte, if you go straight up to the top here where you've got the Splendours vendor, just want to go down to Fieldcraft items. There's gathering items. Now you've got the mining and the botanical and the fishing all in the same place. So obviously with the botanical ones here, the Folklore ones, you need 99 blue scripts, the tokens from the Rowena's tokens. They do come around pretty quick if you get around enough. You do get quite a lot of scripts from each one that you hand in, so it's not a problem. They do come around pretty quick actually, a lot quicker than I thought. So once you've bought those, you buy a tomb, it'll go into your inventory. All you got to do is go into your inventory, open it up, and then once you've opened it up, if you look in your gathering log, you'll see the regional folklore down the bottom. You can see I've got 2 open now. I haven't actually been to this one yet, just opened that up. But I have opened that one, so I did that as a test bed just to see exactly what was going on, so I could pass down information. So what I'll do is I'll quickly show you this. They only come around once a day as well, not like the other nodes. They only come around once every 24 hours of the Aussie time. So you do got to kind of fit them into your little schedule if that's what you do. These are PM, so I can't show you these yet. So I'll have to wait a while and then I'll get back and record this. In the meantime, I'll just show you the favours. Now the favours are something that's just a little bit more complicated. I even searched around on Google, looked on all kinds of things, and it was a little bit not exactly straightforward. It's one of those things that Square Enix has done just to want to baffle everyone's heads. It's not intuitive, but again, you want to come to the same place, the Splendours venue. You need 1 red script. Now if you go into the Fieldcraft items, one thing you've got to make sure is you get this right, because you can screw this up. You've only got miners and botanical here. Now originally when I did it, I actually clicked on the miners one, just said Trader's Favour, and I clicked on the right one. Just make sure if you're Gatherer, you click on the Matron's Favour. Now depending on what of the mats you want to get is which one you go for. Now Dravanian Hinterlands is one that I've already done, and it is actually quite simple when you know what to do. I've got 3 red scripts there, so I'll well, tokens, so I'll get this one and I'll show you how simple it is, as long as you know what you're doing. So we'll buy that one, exchange, trade. So now if you look in your inventory, what you've got is this Matron's Favour here, Dravanian Hinterlands. Now you've got to make sure that you're in the hinterlands next to the node, or whichever map you go to. You've got to make sure you've got a quick run to the node, because this is what you're going to be farming to get the things that you want from it. So let's go over to the node now, and I'll show you what I mean. Behold the hinterlands. Right then. Make sure I'm on the right thing. So what you need to do, particularly with the hinterlands, is quite a nice easy one because there's only 1 node here. What you've got to be sure is you've got time, because this works on a normal Earth time. Now you can see where the node is, as in any other place, you know, the nodes are split up. If you don't know the node well, I suggest that you actually do a couple of routines on it so you get used to where you're going. Make sure you're going left to right or right to left, and you know where they are, because this is a timed instance. As soon as you open up that favour, you've got a certain amount of time. So what we'll do is we'll start down here, it's a nice easy place. There are a couple of the vegetation patches that are near enemies, so again you've got to watch the enemies. You've only got 15 minutes Earth time. Now this is a high level node, So make sure you've got high gathering, perception, and if you've got to use food, use food. I'll just quickly show you. My character's got 638 gathering, 646 perception. And I just want to get that as high as I can, because when you do open up a quick instance, they're very high level, and you will be using other stuff. When I say other stuff, I mean like Field Mastery 2, Field Mastery 3, Field Mastery, Leaf Turn, to get them. Don't necessarily need HQs on these anyway, they're just... Oh, there we go, cells, nice. So I've got my food on the go. What we're going to do is go into the inventory. What you want to do is click on your favour. There's 5 times to use this, and they last for 15 minutes each. So that's good over an hour. You don't have to do them all in one go, but just make sure if you're going to do a couple in a row, it's not going to interfere with anything else. So use. Now if you look at the top of the screen there, that's just opened up a little thing there, 15 minutes. Now all I do is go around and farm this node, this patch of nodes. Just keep farming it over and over and over for 15 minutes. Now look at that, the first one we had, that was amazing. Okay, so what we do, that's just opened up, as you saw. You go up to it and it's going to put the high level thing on there. Now with the high level gathering and stuff I've got 95% gathering, 13% perception, but all I want to do is make sure that I actually gather it and I don't miss it, because you only get one chance at this, as you'll see. A rare item, it goes once, and you cannot use Botanical Harvest. It won't work. It only allows you to collect one. Now the other thing, what it'll do is it'll just stick some clusters in the same thing. You might actually get 2 rare items in the same place. So keep an eye out for it. Don't rush off on your Chocobo. Keep an eye out for it, just in case it opens up. Can't believe that happened first time. RNG. Never happens to me. Okay, so every time you finish one, it will open up. That's when it finishes. Once you've actually finished it, it will open up. This is what I mean by getting into a routine of knowing where you're going. As long as you know where you go, and you can maximise the time that you have available. And watch out for the enemies. It's always good to take that camera out. It also happens to know the enemy movement. And you can see that crawler coming towards me. I already know that that crawler will come towards me, and I'll show you another instance in a second of how that will affect you, because you might rush to it in the last few seconds. You might just rush over to it, and you can see there he's attacking me now, even though I thought I was miles away. So you've got to be really careful. You don't want to waste too much time with these things. Pain in the bum. Eesh, I'll have you. So this is all you got to do. Keep on going around. Do as you would normally do when you're harvesting a node. Now the other thing is, if an ephemeral node is in here at the same time as you're doing it, don't get mixed up, because it looks exactly like an ephemeral node. Don't get mixed up with it. Just wait for it to appear right next to you. You'll see on the minimap, once I've depleted my 4 attempts, that's when it will appear. But you only might only get 1 in that 15 minutes. Oop, he's got... Ah, shit. You crawler sucker. Come on. I get my black mage out. You're dead. Try to snot on me, see that? They are a pain in the ass. I don't normally get caught out, but there you have it. So there you have it. Just keep on going around, keep on going around. And as I said, you might only get 1 instance in 15 minutes. You might get 2, you might get 3. And when it does occur, you might get 1 rare item, you might get 2 rare items. So it's very, very RNG based. But they are extremely high level mats, very high level mats. And they're going into the highest recipes, you know, like 2-star, 1 and 2-star recipes. So whether you can sell them is another thing. There's nothing on my server at the moment. I've actually checked on all the different things, and there's nothing. Oh my god, there's another one. There we go. RNG luck. There we go. So I've only got one again. That's not too bad. That's okay. I'll tell you that. As I said, you don't need a high quality item because all you're doing is trading it in for an item. Again, I'll show you that in a second when we go back to Idleshire. So anyway, that's the routine. As you've seen, you go around, keep on going around, and once they occur, just get on it and make sure that you keep your GP up. If you've got potions, use them, as in cordials. Make sure you've got cordials available just in case you need them, because if they keep popping up and you've used your GP, then you really want to be able to use it, because they are very high level. Particularly, that was low level, by the way. The other one was much higher level. That was like a 1 star. The others are like 2 star, and that would have been gathering about 80. So do make sure you've got it available if you need it. Right, I'll show you the other instances of what I mean. If you get caught out, like I did with that crawler in the last few seconds, it will actually stay there like a normal node. So I'll show you in a second. Right, so as you see here, as I'm approaching the node on the left hand side of the minimap, you can see the ephemeral node is already there. It's already open, because this area between 4 AM and 8 AM, this is an ephemeral patch. Now, as soon as I finish this one, now you'll see the other one appear. So you've really got to be careful that you keep an eye on it. This is the one where I was talking about before. I literally had a few seconds left. I mean, it was about 7 or 8 seconds, I don't know. Managed to get there with... In fact, it actually went to 0 then. Looking at the timer at the top of the screen, it actually went to 0, but it stayed there, which was quite odd. But I've opened it. I got attacked because I was panicking like hell to get there. And once he's gone away, it's still there. It's still open, and it allows me to go back and retrieve my goods. So that's quite a strange one, actually. Yeah, I was looking at the timer at the top of the screen, and it was on 0. It had gone before I touched it. So that's bonus, really. If you've just opened one up, it might not disappear. Whether that was lag or not, who knows? But there you have it. At least you know that it's retrievable. Okay, so right, we'll carry on. We'll go back to Idleshire now. We'll carry on with the rest of the other stuff. Okay, so we're back in Idleshire. We'll show you what I mean about the rare mats and where you exchange them. Don't necessarily need HQ things. Once you've actually collected those rare mats from the nodes, you come back and you've got these trade craft items. Now, unfortunately, you can't just trade in one. You need 3 different things to get the actual items. So you would need like a miner and a botanist, and for even a crafter. You can see here you got these things on the left hand side. I believe this is all mining. The things in the middle here, most of this is from the botanist. And this one at the end here is a red crafter's script. So you actually need a combination, but doesn't mean that you can't sell these things on the market to people that might want them. So I actually got quite a few there. You can see I got 6 in my backpack. Now those black feathers, you need 10 of them. 10 of those black feathers, plus 10 of these yellow oids, and 1 red crafter's script, just to get a moonbeam silk. So you can see how they're that looks like it's for 5. Does that mean 5? Maybe you get 5 pieces of moonbeam silk for the whole lot, but I mean you can see how much these are kind of a rare item. But I don't understand. There's none on our server, and there's no history of them being sold. So if you're crafting, like a weaver or whatever, it's definitely worth being able to pick these up, particularly if you're gathering. But this is where they are anyway. So if you want to sell them or use them, you know what you've got to do to trade them in for different things. So what I'll do now is I'll go and show you the folklore nodes. As I said before, it's a nice easy thing because it's just like a normal node. You go to it, it occurs like an unspoiled node. Go there, you open it up and you harvest it, but it does require quite high gathering and perception, which I'll show you. So you can see I'm in Korthos here, and what it actually does is it calls it a legendary lush vegetation patch. Now I've already got the influence of food on me. So as you can see, I've got 652, 652 are the stats. Now if you're under 650, what it will do is it will actually take 2 hits to open the node up. So as long as you've got a 650, you can open it in 1 hit. Now this is slot 3. So it allows me to actually hit it once, but you can see there, even with those stats, my gathering is only 80% and the perception is only 7%. So you can see how high the higher level these are. So if you are actually going to be collecting these, then you're going to need a little bit of a boost. And if you want to try and get the high quality ones. Oh, I don't fucking have my glove on. If you want to try and get the high quality ones, then you're going to have to give it a good boosting. Bingo! And another one. So 2 high qualities there, but as you can see, I mean, I was just completely arsing that up, but you can see it's got a very high level stats on these legendary nodes. So if you do come down, make sure you've got your gathering above 650 to start with, otherwise you're going to have to use Toil of the Pioneer or 2 hits to open up 1 slot. So just be aware of that. Okay, cheers for tuning in, guys. I'll leave you one of my favourite places, the Sea of Clouds, as the sun comes up. Absolutely fantastic place. And cheers for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again soon. Cheers, goodbye.